started with A for apple, B for ball, C for cat, and D for dog. And we all have been struggling since our childhood. You might be at your 20, at your 30, at your 40, at your 60, at your 50, whatever it is. But still, there is a problem. The problem to think in English. You might have problems speaking English and thinking in English. And if you can't think in English what you're speaking, if you translate still, then you're not a fluent speaker, being honest. I am Manik and I welcome you all to your own unique channel, Expert English, once again. Today, the topic is how to get a roadmap to become a very fluent speaker. Today, I'm going to give you a roadmap to become a fantastic fluent speaker. So let's get started. The most important thing to do something fantastically is your consistency. Consistency is a key to become a very fluent speaker in English, or whatever you do. Consistency is the most important thing to achieve. You have to train your brain, you have to train yourself to be in English, to be into English rather. If you fail to train your brain how to think in English, or if you fail to maintain your consistency, then there will be a problem to become a very fluent speaker. So whatever be the matter, whatever be the case, whatever be the situation, wherever you are, make sure every day you practice and you maintain your consistency. Until unless you maintain your consistency, you can't be a fluent speaker. So number one point is consistency is a key. Whatever you do, if you have a dream to become a very fluent speaker, you have to expand your vocabulary. I have seen a lot of videos on YouTube itself. They claim that you don't have to learn vocabulary, you don't have to learn grammar. Without vocabulary, without grammar, you can speak. These things are nonsense, bullshit. Do not trust them, they are scammers. Without building your vocabulary, you can never become a very fluent speaker. So give yourself every day a chance to learn at least 5 new words. Say for example, today you are learning 5 new words. Tomorrow you will again learn 5 new words. But tomorrow's work will be a bit tough. It's not 5. It's today's 5 and tomorrow's 5. It's equal to 10. The day after tomorrow, that is called also overmorrow, it will be 15. 5, 5, 5. Every day it has to be increased. Expand your vocabulary. Expand your stock of words if you want to become a very strong fluent speaker. Without vocabulary, no one in the world, in this great world, can become a very fluent speaker. I bet. I know you all want to be a very fluent speaker. But the problem rises. If I ask you, what do you want to be? You all will raise your hand in favor to become a fluent speaker. But how many of you are here to tell me that I want to be a good listener, a fluent listener? See how a child learns to speak, maybe Hindi, maybe Bengali, maybe Tamil, maybe Telugu. How does he speak? He first listens well, then he speaks. Similarly, you have to train your ears how to listen well. If you're not a good listener, you can't be a good speaker. So the most demanded factor is you have to be a good listener. It's not your job to become a parrot. It's your job to become a good listener. It's not your responsibility to speak all the time, but it's also your responsibility to be a good listener, to listen to others as well and understand them. So you have to be a good listener. Now the question rises, how to become a very good listener? See, I believe in this day and age, you all have the internet connection and you're watching me on YouTube, obviously. So without a doubt, you have to watch different movies, web series, so that you can understand their pronunciation, how they speak, how they behave, their intonation. You have to learn them. Start watching news, start watching movies, start watching podcasts on YouTube. Busy yourself. It is the most important thing. You have to be a good listener. Without becoming a good listener, you can't be a good speaker. Both are correlated. So be a good listener. One of my favorite ways to become a very fluent speaker is use mirror practicing. See, I believe you all have the mirrors back at your home. So what you have to do, you have to select any subject matter. You go on Google, go on the internet, and write down group discussion topics or GD topics. You'll get thousands of topics. Select any of them. And before that, you have to research the topic. First, you research well, get some data, content, absorb content about the topic. Then you short it down, note it down in a notebook. Then go to the mirror, look into the mirror, and keep on speaking. Start with small sentences. Then keep on speaking, keep on speaking. Make mistakes, allow yourselves to make mistakes. Don't be very much worried. Make mistakes. If you make mistakes, then tomorrow you'll be a fine speaker. Don't hesitate. Keep on speaking, keep on speaking. Enjoy your speech. And if you are a mediocre speaker, while you are practicing, mirror practicing, or while you're going for mirror practicing, make sure you record your speech. When you record your speech, you have the update, you have the data that what kind of speech you had. After recording your speech, you listen to your speech. See whether you like your speech or not. When you are practicing or going for mirror practice, look at yourself. How do you look like when you speak? Your mouth movements, your facial expressions, your hands, your gesture and posture. Do you look smart? Do you look fantastic or you look ugly? You look bad? Accordingly, deal with yourself. Remember always, first you record yourself, you listen to it, and see whether you are satisfied with your recording or not. If you are not satisfied with your own speech, make sure no one in this world will be satisfied with your speech. So first you need to satisfy yourself so that you can feel others will be satisfied with your speech. I have noticed, rather clocked, a lot of new learners, a lot of people feel that speaking fast, speaking very fast is kind of a work, it's kind of an art. It's not like that. Don't force yourself to catch a train before you speak or while you're speaking. Understand, calm your brain, cool down, relax, enjoy your speech. If you are making mistakes, still enjoy. You make mistakes, you rectify yourself, you make mistakes, you rectify yourself. So what I'm trying to tell you is, speak slowly, not need to catch a train, not need to be in a hurry. Don't be in a hot hurry. Enjoy your speech and understand yourself. Speak fluently, slowly, and clearly. Start with this idea that every American doesn't speak very fast. Every Britisher or Australian does not speak very fast the way you feel. So speak slowly. Now, one of the next important points is, while you're speaking, or while you're reading, better to say, while you're reading, make sure you read aloud. Say, for example, you're reading a book in English. Whatever you read, make sure you're reading aloud. So that whatever you're saying to yourself or whatever you're speaking, those words are reaching your ears. So speaking loudly is a matter of fact. So speak loudly so that you can hear your words properly. Practice that. One of the basic features, one of the most important features rather I would tell you, is shadowing. You need to follow native learners or native speakers. Follow them. Say, for example, one of the known faces is Mr. Donald Trump or Joe Biden. Or you can watch any podcast in our country. You can see Sadhguru is one of the fantastic speakers as well. Start watching them. Try to follow them. The way they pronounce the words, the way they speak, the way they sound. Try to shadow them. Try to follow them. It's very important to follow someone if you're learning something. You need to follow someone. You need to understand. You need to love that person. So, shadow. Start shadowing. Force your brain to think in English. Say, for example, you are going to a vegetable shop, or you are going shopping, or you are going marketing. Make sure you are forcing your brain to think in English. Say, for example, you're cooking something. Do you know all the names of the vegetables? If the answer is no, then research. Go on YouTube. You will get a lot of videos. Write down English names of spices. You'll get a lot of videos. Or you write down English names of vegetables. Learn them, research them. Or you are driving your car, for example, or you're riding your scooty, for example. You happen to meet with a traffic. Now, in your mind, you are speaking Hindi. Kitna traffic hai yaar? Don't say that. Force your brain to think in English all the time. What a big crowd. Instead of telling, kitna crowd hai? Kitna traffic hai? What a big traffic. So you need to train your brain. You need to activate your brain to think in English because it has been habituated to thinking in English. I'm sorry, Hindi. So it's very important to think in English. Be a researcher. See, learning common idioms and expressions is the most important thing. It is related to vocabulary as well. If you want to be a very fluent speaker, or if you want to be a fluent speaker, you need to know the basic idiomatic expressions or basic expressions or words. That is how you improve your English. You go on YouTube, you find a lot of videos, daily used vocabulary or daily used idioms, phrases. You have to be a researcher. You don't have any other option. And the pillars of English, grammar. I have seen a lot of videos, again, they claim that grammar is not important to speak English. To be frank, they are scammers. They have no idea about English. They are just scamming you and looting your money. They are there for that reason. So what you have to do is to learn grammar. Without grammar, you cannot speak English. You might join a different class or different classes on YouTube, seeing the advertisements on YouTube. You might join them, but make sure the money is going to be wasted. Why I'm telling you? Without grammar, you can't speak English. In Hindi, you might tell, "Main shopping ja raha hu," but it's not in English. I'm going to shopping. It's not so. I'm going shopping. I have shared the rules on this channel. But the point is, you have to learn grammar. I've seen they're burning the page that you don't need to learn grammar. You can't speak English without grammar. Foolish. Nonsense. Don't rely on them. Don't count on them. They have no idea. Getting feedback is very important. See, if you have a friend who knows English or if you have a teacher who knows English better, I told you to record your speech, share with them the speeches, the recordings, and ask them to give you the reviews and the feedback. That how's your speech and what are the things that need to be improved. So tell them to give you feedback and allow yourself. Don't be a high makamak, don't be supercilious. Ask them to judge your English. If you feel that person knows better than you, then only you go to that person. Otherwise, don't go. If you feel the person knows nothing or knows less than you, don't go to that person. Don't go. Otherwise, your English will be spoiled. So go to a person who knows better than you, who knows more than you. So it's very important. Getting your feedback is the most important thing. One of the most important features, rather. Now the roadmap. How to practice English. What should be the schedule to speak English, to practice English? You all have to give yourselves at least 2 hours every day. Many people tell that 15 minutes every day or 30 minutes every day can make you a very fluent speaker. These are hogwash, these are bullshit, these are nonsense. Don't rely on them, I'm telling you continuously. You have to practice more and more and more to become an efficient speaker. So 2 hours every day. 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the afternoon, 30 minutes in the evening, and 30 minutes before you hit the bed, or you hit the sack, or before you sleep. Or it can be like this, 1 hour in the morning and 1 hour at night. It depends on you, it solely counts on you. Now the fact is, what to do, what not to do, and when to do. What are the steps? Give yourself 30 minutes, first 30 minutes, to practice your grammar. Very important. Second 30 minutes is only to revise your vocabulary. Every day you're revising your vocabulary for 30 minutes. Then third 30 minutes is for researching, selecting a topic. Go on Google, get a topic for yourself, any relevant topic, any current topic. Get it. When you're getting a topic, make sure you research well. Now, why research is very important? Say, for example, you're talking to an American who is from commerce background, and you're asking him, what is rocket science? He cannot answer. But there should not be any doubt whether he can speak English or not. He is an American, he can speak English. But if you ask him, tell me something about rocket science, he can't tell you because he's from commerce. So each time you speak, you need to get your content. You need to get your research work. If you don't have your content, you can't speak English. No matter how much better English you know. So get a relevant topic for yourself, get a current topic for yourself, and research the topic for 30 minutes, at least 30 minutes. Down. When you're pointing them, make sure you're only writing the points, not history. Don't be a historian. If you are here to be a historian, and while you're speaking, say for example, you're writing all the points down, and while you're speaking, you shouldn't stand with your notebook. Do not stand with your notebook. You have to speak. You have to understand the difference between reading and speaking. You want to be a good speaker, so don't read while you're speaking. You have to speak without your notebook, and for that reason, you have to remember the points in your brain. And when you remember your points, you can speak easily. So don't write history in a notebook. Just write down the points and try to think of that. Do not try to memorize. Try to feel it. Just feel the points and speak accordingly. Initially, it will be a bit tough or a Herculean task for you beginners to understand and to speak English. If you try to write down everything, what you're researching, what happens when you're speaking? Your brain is concentrating on that note. As a result of it, while you are on the stage, while it's your time to speak, you forget everything. Your mind goes blank. So don't try to write down everything. Just write down points in short and try to feel them. Enjoy your speech. It's very important to enjoy your speech. So don't write history. Don't be a historian. It's not fair. The last 30 minutes is your speaking practice. Turn on your camera, record your speech, or go to the mirror, look into the mirror, and record your speech and speak it. Keep on speaking, keep on speaking, keep on speaking. Make mistakes, relax, keep on speaking. Make mistakes, relax, keep on speaking. This is how you develop yourself. Do it for a month, just for a month. I challenge, you will get immense improvements within yourself. You'll be a fantastically confident speaker. You'll not be nervous. Your legs will not be shaking. What happens? You'll be a fantastic speaker after a month. That's my word to you. But if you practice every day what I've told you to do, and at the end I'd like to tell you, don't lose your hope. Everyone can become a very fluent speaker. It's not something dinosaurs, it's not something elephantine, it's not something very big, it's not a monster. You all can learn English. You have the potential, you have the capacity. If a person like me can speak, everybody has the potential, everybody has the capacity to speak English. No matter whether you are from Hindi medium background or Bengali medium background or Telugu medium background or Gujarati medium background, doesn't matter. Your medium doesn't matter. What does matter? Your anger. Your dream to become a very fluent speaker. Again, I'm telling you, don't be trapped. People, those who tell you grammar and vocabulary are not needed to become a very fluent speaker, don't go to them. They are the scammers. Don't lose hope. Keep on practicing. If you have any doubt, let me know. In the comment box, I'll guide you definitely. Make sure you're subscribing to this channel and share with different English learners, those who are struggling. You feel these videos may help them. Make sure you share, like, comment, and subscribe to this channel.